Welcome to another segment of Under 5. I'm Lisa Brown, Equity and Civil Rights Program Manager at ODOT. Today we're going to talk about ODOT's commitments to equity and affirmative action. One of our deeply held values at ODOT is equity. Living that value happens in many ways. That includes consistently enhancing equity in our structures and systems, like laws, policies, programs, business processes, as well as making financial and non-financial investments in our workforce, communities, and transportation system. Affirmative action is a program that we participate in to support people in accessing employment opportunities. It is focused on removing long-standing barriers to employment for people with disabilities, people of color, and women. Affirmative action aims to establish fair access to employment. How that happens is by us creating a workforce that is reflective of all the people who live and work in the communities and meet the qualifications to perform the work of our positions. In addition to affirmative action, we follow other laws and policies that guide hiring, employment, and promote workforce diversity, including Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. As an agency, we recognize that it is important for us to keep an eye on major changes that could impact the work we do. In June 2023, the Supreme Court overturned more than 40 years of precedent by removing affirmative action from the college admissions process. Many people at ODOT, our business partners, Oregon Transportation Commission, committees, and community members wonder how this decision impacts our agency's equity and affirmative action commitments. The answer is, it doesn't. Our commitment to equity is strong as ever, and we are steadfast in our progress. In response to this decision, our agency director, Chris Strickler, shared, "Our commitment to equity is not wavering." You might be thinking, what are we doing to show our continued commitment? Our prioritization and commitment to equity is evidenced in our long and short-range plans, like our multi-decade Oregon Transportation Plan, our Strategic Action Plan, and ODOT's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Action Plan. These intentional plans support us in continuing to evolve in ways that ensure fairness and access to employment, an inclusive workplace, and a transportation system that benefits all Oregonians. Though different, both affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, enhance the workplace. DEI goes far beyond access to employment and focuses on inclusive workplace culture. Inclusivity makes it possible for people to feel like they belong. It is something that I've experienced in many places during my career at ODOT and has contributed to my decision to remain an employee for nearly a decade now. And I'm not alone. Studies show that many employees who experience a strong sense of belonging are 34% more likely to stay at an employer and have a 56% higher rate of productivity. Fairness and belonging is something we want for everyone to experience, whether it is an employee, a business partner, a member of the traveling public. Being intentional in our commitments to affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion is a vehicle for us to live our values as we foster fairness and belonging. Some of what I share today may come up in conversations at work. Over the next 7 days, think about what may come up or how conversations may take place. Plan for how you will use this resource to equip you and your team in responding. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to our team at socialequity@odot.oregon.gov.